Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashkunasu tongue. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Aquaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of World War III. World War III news updates as of June the 18th, 2026. So I want to get to a video from Dabu 7. Yeah, Dabu 7. Yeah, Dabu. I think I spelled this name right. Dabu 7. Yep, Dabu 7. And, with the Russia-Ukraine situation been heating up, someone played this video clip. Fair use. Right, this was published 11 hours ago. It says Moscow burning at mass. It says Moscow burning. A massive Ukrainian drone swarms attacks Russians oil refinery. Someone played this 2-minute, 5-minute clip from Double 7.
Hey, searching for a personal loan that's right for you? Credit Karma makes it simple for you to compare loan options, whether you need to consolidate debt, cover expenses, or fund something big. We'll give you personalized recs so you'll be more.
This is Dabu 7, and you were looking at Moscow getting rocked by a massive amount of drones, people flipping out. Look at this. The whole city inundated with smoke. This is a wild shot right here of blowing this building up in the top, flying way up into the air. The drones and missiles raining down on Moscow. This is said to be the largest drone attack launched by the Ukraine to date. They are reporting that Ukraine was successful in hitting the oil refinery, and they're stating that all 4 airports there in Moscow have suspended flights as there's an emergency underway. I've never seen Moscow look like that right there in that still. Before, it's crazy. They're getting hit hard, and I'm going to say that the response from Putin is going to be massive. At some point here, someone's going to let one of these tactical nukes or mini nukes go. And with Russia right there up on Kiev and with Moscow getting pummeled now, I feel like a huge move is about to happen. And remember, we were just talking about peace talks between Russia and Ukraine yesterday, because Trump said that he wanted to get them together for a meeting and have peace, and was saying, Putin, you need to talk to Zelensky. Well, in the midst of all that, Zelensky was actually preparing this massive strike. And that's what they've done. So I've never seen Moscow hit this hard ever before. I would expect a massive retaliation from this. It could be one for the history books. Join me for the live shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, where I'm talking about this in greater detail. Hope to see you there. Much love.
It's the book of Ezekiel, the 30th chapter. It's the prophet Ezekiel, chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Ezekiel 38 verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and Magog, chief prince of Meshach Tubal, prophesy against him. Ezekiel 38 and verse 3, and it reads, Thus saith Yahweh Shemashah, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, and the chief prince of Meshach Tubal. Ezekiel 38 and verse 4, And I will turn thee back and put a hook into thy jaws, so bring thee forth in all thy army, horses, horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even in great couple buck shields, all of them handling swords. Right, and that's what the Heavenly Father is doing, putting spirit, the hooks and back to jaws against Russians to continue being that warlike mindset, as seen in a video clip from Double 7, as the Russia-Ukraine situation is intensifying. So expect to see Moscow of Russia going to respond back to that heavy drone strike that took place over there in Moscow. Because, the tensions are really heating up between Russia and Ukraine on a daily basis. So check out some more. Check out some more news articles. It says Israel can't kill its way out of every crisis. Vincent has said the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has refused to withdraw its troops from Lebanon, despite a U.S.-Iran agreement. And I believe it was a latest attack. I believe it was a close encounter, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was from Al Jazeera. I believe they had reported it. I think it was it was like some type of ambush attack from Hezbollah due to the Israelis. So that the Israel-Lebanon situation that's still intensifying as well too. It says Vince canceled his trip for Iran talks. Gableaf threatens crushing response if deal is not kept. Yeah, so these are what you call wars and rumors of wars. But this news article. Because J.D. Vance is supposed to go to Sweden, I believe, as early as tomorrow, which is on Friday, to so they could have nuclear talks. But because Iran is kind of skeptical if Israel is gonna, if the United States is gonna keep its promise of this deal and nuclear talks. They ain't supposed to, start negotiating talk with nuclear talks. And I believe it's lasted for like 60 days. That was part of this deal as well too. So I just want to add a sad note to that. It says the Iranian delegations canceled the Switzerland trip reportedly due to the Israeli strikes, right? That recent strike from the Israelis, and that ambush attack from the Hezbollah did towards the Israelis of the borders of Lebanon and Israel. It says Iran delegate nations canceled a Switzerland trip reportedly due to the Israeli strikes on Hezbollah. It says the security level and the spread of moves were reduced with monitored, right? Because it was high at first, ever since they signed that deal. It says Lebanese ceasefire will be respected. The Israeli AMB to the U.S. informs. It seems like they're not respecting it right now because they still doing airstrikes between. They still doing airstrikes over there in Lebanon. As of right now, they're definitely not respecting it. It says Republicans blast Trump Iran's agreement as details emerge. Right, what's that Mark 3rd chapter? If a kingdom be divided, except the kingdom not stand. It says J.D. Vance cancels flight to Switzerland ahead of a plan of U.S.-Iran talks due to logistics issues. It says the plan for the upcoming technical talks have not been finalized, and the U.S. delegation has prepared to depart at the first available opportunity, says the White House. This is the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. So that lets you know the tension between the tension between the pro-Iranian groups and Hezbollah is still heating up, despite the fact the United States calls for the Israel Defense Force to withdraw their troops, but Benjamin Netanyahu refuses to withdraw his troops over there, the borders of Lebanon and Israel. Matthew 24 and verse 6, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right, that's what we hear, wars and rumors of wars on a daily basis. Matthew 24 and verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation. Right, you have some brand new fresh clashes between Hezbollah and of Lebanon versus the Israel Defense Force. It says, for nation shall rise against nation. Right, that video clip that I showed you from Davos 7 as a huge drone strike that Ukraine did against the Russians earlier today. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation," right? The Russia-Ukraine situation. Belarus and Russia together versus NATO and the European Union and its allies. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right along with it. It's the book of Luke 21 and verse 25. It says, "There shall be signs in the sun and the moon and stars upon the earth, progressive nations will plexi verse 1. Right, so that's something going to continue to increase. So this was just a quick World War III news updates as of June the 18th, 2026 on this Thursday night. So hopefully this was an edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakadash, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the lost gospel of the tongue. And I say Barak Abam to the elders and apostles, Ba'akim Ma'akwaf. Till next time, I would say Kwame Sharala and above all, Shalom.
If you get food stamps, you need to know this #1 EBT hack. It's called the Propel app.